Hey guys, what is up? It's me, Steph. So I asked you all which video you want to see next, and 80% of you said about brain damage. This is something I just learned about yesterday. I have been threatened by many doctors in mental hospital that if I don't take my medication, I'm never going to get better. This is true, unfortunately. I have the unique ability to have gone through 4 psychotic episodes that have lasted a very, very long time. And it wasn't until after this last episode that lasted an entire year. If you haven't seen my channel, I was eventually arrested and thrown in jail with a felony charge, and that actually saved my life. So, brain damage. Without going into too much detail, I'm going to leave links below to the videos that I found and a couple of peer-reviewed articles that I found. I suggest you guys look on Google Scholar for yourself and try to find some articles if you want to know more about bipolar disorder brain damage. I don't want to scare you guys. If you're a loved one who is trying to help someone with bipolar disorder, just know that I was in psychosis for a year, and it's not the first time it happened, and I came out of it. So it took something really severe to pull me out of it, being arrested and forced to take medication, but I did come out of it. So if you do have a loved one, don't be terrified that that's going to happen, but it can. Bipolar disorder can cause permanent brain damage, and like I said, after this last episode, I noticed that I absolutely, definitely have brain damage. When you're in a depressive state or when you're in psychosis, it not only affects the frontal cortex of your brain, but it reduces and kind of chips away at the gray matter in your brain. Now, like any other disease out there, or disorder, if you want to say, anything that you don't treat is going to get worse. So like, say you cut your leg, right? And it's big enough to where you need stitches, and you get stitches and you heal, and you're totally fine. And you may have a scar, but you're better. You leave it open and you're going to get like gangrene and bacterial infections and all that other stuff. It will never heal. Or if it does heal, it will be months later and it will be like a poison in your body. So the same is true for bipolar disorder. Personally, I used to be someone that was on time everywhere, and now I'm late for everything. And it's because I can't focus like I used to be able to focus. It's because my memory is shit. And this is even after, this is now when I'm stable on meds, my memory, it's so embarrassing, so embarrassing. I was volunteering at the shelter, and apparently I had introduced myself to one of the staff 5 times, and I did not know that. Until she finally said something to me. With my mailman, I had a conversation, a full-blown conversation about his kids and everything, and then a few months later, I had the exact same conversation with him. I realized after the fact with the mailman that a couple days later, I realized, holy crap, I already knew all that. I talked to him about that before. But I just told him, oh, sorry, I smoke a lot of weed, because I tried to play it off, and I don't really want to tell every person on the street that I have bipolar disorder. So the thing about bipolar disorder is it also changes the hormones in your body, and you can be more susceptible. We're more susceptible to dementia. We live on average, what I have read, some say 8 to 12 years shorter than the average person. Our mortality rate, and I've also read it can be 10 to 15 years that comes off of our life because we live with bipolar disorder. And so when you have the hormone, it's called cortisol, and that affects your body, it makes you more susceptible to heart attacks and strokes. We have a greater chance of getting dementia when we are older. But the good news is that if you catch it early enough and you start getting treatment early enough, medication, therapy, some of the brain can heal. Our brains obviously are really powerful and they can heal, but some of us have permanent brain damage that cannot be repaired. And I think the number I read was like 20%. So this is why it's so important to get treatment early. And sorry, it's so triggering. I've told you guys before, but it's when I look up this stuff and I see this stuff and it makes sense and it relates to my life, and I realize how long I have been living with this and how I've had all these symptoms that I had no idea about. It kills me. Like, it literally kills me, because I did not have to suffer like that, but the medical community failed me and confused my parents and almost killed me with the wrong meds once, misdiagnosed me over and over again. So when I do this, it's really, really hard. So when I laugh or smile, it's because I'm uncomfortable. Just want to let you know that I'm trying not to cry all the time. So yes, it causes brain damage. If you really want to know exactly the nuances, because I watched a few videos, but it's like there's so much information, the serotonin, everything in your brain is completely different than the average person. So there you have it. Yes, so thank you for watching. If you want, subscribe. If you don't, bye. But either way, thank you guys. I'll see you later. Bye.